So yesterday I made this post about my top 8 personal John Cena matches with a honorable mention. And let me explain how I went through this list. Okay, first of all, you're seeing Kevin Federline here. This is Britney Spears' ex-husband. I believe K-Fed and Britney were only married for like 1 day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they had a program in 2006 spanning up until the new year. And I was really curious about this because you got Britney's ex-husband who only married him for a day facing up against John Cena because I don't know why. I believe K-Fed had a new rap album back then, and uh I never know his I never listened to that album. I know John Morrison listened to that album because it was part of his promo. But let me just look it up. I'll listen to it later. Is if it is on Spotify, maybe I'll take a look at it. Okay, there are Kevin Federline songs on Spotify. Maybe one of these is that Hype Up album back in '06. But yes, it's just an honorable mention. I just did it for the views, but I only got like some good few tractions. So let's go through towards the list. Okay, coming in at number 8 is John Cena versus Randy Orton at the Eddie Guerrero tribute show. I chose this over among all of John Cena versus Randy Orton matches because it felt fresh. We see backstage vignettes between Orton and Cena back then, but they never really got into the ring. Proof, SummerSlam 2004. I think Cena and Orton had a vignette or a backstage promo with Todd Grisham. And this is the first time they actually wrestled in WWE television, and it was on the Eddie Guerrero tribute show. Uh, Fun fact: when Friendster was a thing, this was my CSS wallpaper in that social media site. I like this match. I mean, it ruined the spirit of the match when it ended in DQ. The spirit of the night, I mean, because it was supposed to be a tribute show, but heel's gonna heel Orton with Cowboy Bob. It's all right. It just I just pick it because it was on the Eddie Guerrero tribute show. It main evented that Raw on the night after Eddie died, so that's why it felt special to me. Again, this list is not about being the most work rate, not about the 5-star matches, although there is one. Spoilers. But it's more of John Cena. You know, I was a John Cena fan when I was in high school, fell out of the fandom when I was in college. So most of these matches are when I was in my teens. And John Cena versus Randy Orton at the Eddie Guerrero tribute show is one of those. Let's go to number 7. John Cena versus Rene Dupree at Judgment Day 2004. It is for the United States Championship. This is Cena's first title defense at a pay-per-view. So, Cena won the title at March. He defended the title on May. That's a brand split for you guys. That's the brand split. And I say I put this on my list because I have to travel from one city to another. My school was at a different city. Okay? I live in the Philippines. Okay? Pinoy ako. I'm a Filipino. And my school is a different city from my hometown. So I have to travel all the way back to my hometown just to catch it. Because I was really hyped for this match. Okay? And I'm I'm gonna keep it real. I like Rene Dupree. Okay? I like his dance. I like the French tickler dance. I did it on school. Okay? And let's just say I made myself a class clown, but I did become popular popular with that. When I applied the move, even the teachers, my teachers were doing it. So kudos to Rene Dupree. Anyway, I put this list on this list because I love John Cena's run as US champ in 2004. And this is not the only John Cena US title match you're gonna see on this list. Let me tell you that. So yeah, John Cena versus Rene Dupree. Coming in number 6 is Taboo Tuesday. 2005, John Cena, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. So it's the power to the people match. The people voted for Shawn Michaels, and when you got Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle carrying a much green WWE champion John Cena in a match, I pretty like this match. I like that it's Michaels that is the one who took the pin because he was currently in the program with Kurt Angle. But besides all that, I had no insider information on anything wrestling, okay? It's not that I believe wrestling was real. No, it's not that. I just don't know how the chemistry or like how the booking works. Like who will take the pin because of this and that to make look strong, this and that. I didn't know all those concepts when I was a teen. All I know is that wrestling is predetermined. And because of this, I like this triple threat match. It blends in with Cena being being like a thug with Shawn Michaels, what is JR's term, catch can wrestling, and then Kurt Angle's technicality. It just goes well, and you got two legends, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels, who had a program in 2005, early 2005, carrying John Cena. Pretty much, uh, I was pretty entertained. It was also on a Tuesday night, so it was on a Wednesday time for me, Wednesday morning. Okay, let's go to a SmackDown match. This is a two-part match. It's when John Cena made Paul Heyman eat soap. It's two matches because the first one is John Cena versus Rhino, and that is when John Cena made Paul Heyman eat soap. And then the follow-up to that match, the punishment, John Cena has to team up with Chris Benoit to take on Matt Morgan, Rhino, Brock Lesnar, and the Big Show. And they won! Okay, albeit Big Show was locked in a room, but still, Cena and Benoit won that match. It was one of the more entertaining things. I was first watching, this is my first time watching SmackDown back then, and this is the program that I got into. Okay, it was the road to the Royal Rumble, and it was Cena feuding with Team Lesnar because I think Cena turned down the Survivor Series spot, and yeah, I it was a pretty funny. It was a pretty funny moment. It was very memorable to me. So yeah, John Cena versus Rhino, and John Cena Chris Benoit versus Team Lesnar minus A Train is in my in my top 5 in this top 8 list. Going to number 4, John Cena versus The Rock. This is when wrestling started becoming mainstream for a short time because of a program between Cena and The Rock. For a year in college, I was hyped to see this match. Unfortunately, I did not get to see it live in pay-per-view because I was at an on-the-job training assignment at the day. And when I got off shift, this is the first thing that I've searched at. Who won? Who won the match? No one is even spoiling me who won. Okay? Social media was just developing back then. It wasn't as apparent as it is now. So I get it. I don't have access to it. But yeah, who won? I just don't know. And I think that kept the mystique for this match to me. And at the end of the day, I watch it during the midnight, and yes, The Rock won. Like I hope The Rock won. You know, this is when I started to fell out. This is the time when I fell out of the John Cena fandom. So it is what it is. I was always rooting for Cena to lose, as opposed to me when I was in high school when I rooted Cena to win. And Coming in number 3 is the Fatal 4-Way United States Championship match between Cena, Booker T, Rene Dupree, and RVD. Very underrated. In a bad pay-per-view, I think this match saved the show. It was the opener. It was the first one. Uh, we just adjusted. It was the first one where John Cena's reign was in jeopardy, and it is very becoming apparent that John Cena is the man that we're strapping the rocket onto. Yeah, this is like the WWE thinking of whether Cena would drop the US title belt to anyone so he could be pushed to the main event. Okay, number 2 is the No Way Out 2004 match. Kurt Angle, Big Show, Cena. Cena actually lost. It's one of those times that Cena actually tap out. And this is when I was in teen peak John Cena fandom, No Way Out 2004, hoping John Cena would win this match. Him versus Brock Lesnar or Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania. I wanted Cena to be WWE champion at 2004 that bad. And yeah, Kurt Angle just made Cena tap out. And I was disappointed. But I was left entertained. Even the Cena rap at the beginning of before the at the pre-match before the match during Cena's entrance was entertaining. He made a reference that No Way Out was his house because of all the chains. Yeah, I'm yeah, that was the teenager me rooting for Cena to be champion in 2004, only to get it 1 year after. And number 1, of course, Cena versus Punk, Money in the Bank 2011. No doubt about it. 5-star match. Anything that has to be on my list, it's this one. Uh, I was out of the fandom of wrestling by that time, and this pulled me back in. Okay, this pulled me back in. I skipped class in college just to watch this match. Okay, after this match, I went to college, but there I skipped a morning class because here in the Philippines, pay-per-views are shown in the morning. Okay, so good job for me, good job college me, and this led to me watching Cena versus The Rock at next year's Mania. When I heard they were facing up, this just pulled me back into the fandom. Of course, WWE blundered it. They made Punk come back after 2 weeks, but it's a great match. Very, very good. So yun, John Cena's final match showing December 13, 2025 Eastern Time. It's going to be December 14 my time, 8 a.m. Manila. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube. Yeah, see you there. The last time is now. Peace.